Let's concentrate what's going on this weekend. A big fight card in Leeds. It's been on and off and on and off for so long. And finally, it does happen. Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall are going to rematch. And I'm expecting the atmosphere in the First Direct Arena to be incredible. I think it's nearly sold out, 12,000. I think it's a capacity of 13. So it'll probably sell out by the time Saturday rolls round. And I guess, look, both of these fighters, Gareth, desperately need this one. If you're Josh, you want to kind of just, if you like right or wrong, I think a lot of people had him losing that fight. And if you're Jack, you want to prove that you did beat him first time and you're going to do it again. And I guess the winner of this as well, you look at the 140-pound division, I mean, they're going to walk straight into a big fight, possibly a title fight next.
Yeah, and also on Saturday night, there'll be 4 hours of you and then 4 hours of me are following each other on DAZN, which is I'm really looking forward to. My head-to-head with you, me here with Rising Stars Arabian. Presumably you're presenting that up in Leeds, yeah?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I was just trying to get into you there, but you're so tight on this fight. Listen, I did Josh Taylor's journey the whole time. It was an upset when he lost to Jack Catterall. I had Catterall winning by a round or two in what was a close, scrappy fight. But again, Catterall won the fight, in my view. It was one of the worst performances of Taylor's career. He's obviously lost to Teofimo Lopez since then. We've waited 29 months for this fight to be. It's a long time ago, isn't it? I think it's 2 years, 5 months. I think I'm right.
It is. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think the first one was February 2022. So around that. Yeah, it's been a long time. 27, 28 months. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad they're having it. It's going to be raucous in there. It's going to be a very, very dramatic night. I'm amazed that Josh Taylor's agreed to do it at 10 stone, 140 pounds. Pride of the man, it may cost him. If he's at his very best, I think he can outbox Catterall, but it's two southpaws here. Catterall is very determined, doesn't do a lot different. He's only lost, hasn't he, to Josh Taylor on an amazing run he had. So for me, I just think Taylor at his best wins it. If he's not at his best, he just doesn't win it, and we'll get the same thing again. But I'm going Taylor by points, or even late stoppage.
Oh, I think it's a good shout. I think the points one's a good shout because I think there's still a bit left in Josh. I am concerned about the 140-pound limit, but I mean, he lost to Teofimo Lopez last time out, who a lot of people are saying is the best 140-pounder. So it's not like he got beat by a scrub away from home. So I do think there's a bit left from him, and he's fought the better opposition. And I there's part of me that thinks he took the eye off the ball when he fought Jack, as a lot of us did. I mean, there's already talks about, at the time, there was talk about him going up to 147. There was the Terence Crawford talk, the Errol Spence talk. And I just wonder if he had his eyes set on that already rather than look at Jack. And I just feel like this time round, now that he's done the eye surgery, I think we might see a very, very good Josh Taylor. I'm not saying Jack can't do it, but I'm with you. I think I make Josh a favourite unless Jack is at 100% and Josh is coming into the ring 75.
Yeah, quite right. And listen, it'd be remiss of me. I don't feel like I've said it enough. I know the show's going to end shortly, but and I know we got two big shows this weekend on talkSPORT you're going to outline, but I just think we need to underline, put in bold, how great Alexander Usyk was on Saturday night, by the way, and where he belongs in the pantheon of greats right now. And he really does belong up there. He's in the top 6 undisputed champions of the last 50 years for me, along with I'm going Lennox.
Why would you do this 3 minutes before the show's about to end?
Because Jeremy doesn't
give me time to kind of rebuttal or anything.
I know. Well, very quickly. Lennox Lewis, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Alexander Usyk. How about that as a magnificent 6 undisputed?
No, Larry Holmes don't get in there?
He's not in the undisputed list.
Undisputed. You're right. Okay, no, you're right. Wasn't undisputed. Oh, that's a good list. I will say this to add to your point. I think Alexander Usyk, and I said this, and I got a bit of stick, and people don't know what they're talking about, would compete in any era of any heavyweight division, any era. So the glory 70s, the big boys of the 80s, any era, a 6'3" southpaw that has that kind of brain and just boxing IQ will compete with anyone. I think he's that special. It really is. As Gareth did quickly say, we do have a couple of TalkSport commentaries coming your way this weekend. This Friday, TalkSport brings you two live boxing commentaries. On TalkSport from 10 o'clock, you can hear Lawrence Okoli's bid to become WBC World Bridgerweight Champion. I really hate that division. As he faces Lukas Brzezinski in Poland. I really do. It's nonsense, isn't it? I mean, no other belt sanctioning bodies involved, just the WBC. It's weird. Meanwhile, over on TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel, you can watch live European welterweight title action in GBM's London calling event at York Hall. That's one. That's not one, but two live boxing commentaries this Friday on the TalkSport network. A quick one before we wrap about Lawrence Okoli. Do you think he's going to come back on Saturday with the WBC belt? Do you think he gets the job done?
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get points deducted for hitting and holding, as he did against Chris Smith. I think he's going to get a very tough night because he needs to go after this guy and put him away. Look how many times he went down, 3 or 4 times against CBS in the football stadium in Bournemouth. He's got to go in there and get the job done and hurt Brzezinski early, in my view, and then come home with a stoppage win. The longer it goes, the worse for him.
Yeah, I hope if he were to win, and I know Lawrence personally, so hopefully he does get the job done. If he were to win, I just hope he just vacates and goes up to heavyweight immediately. I just don't see the point of this Bridgerweight thing unless no one seems to be getting involved in it. I don't mind divisions because I think the jump from cruiser to heavy is a big one. Although we have seen the current undisputed champion do it, not everyone can do it. But I just feel like no one's getting involved in it. The other sanctioning bodies aren't getting involved in it. So I almost feel like if he were to win and jump up, I think they might just scrap the division and say, okay, let's just move on and on to the next. Gareth, we got a lot in there, dude, as we always do. As you always enjoy Dubai, enjoy the commentary. I know you're going to do a good job over there as usual. And I'll see you in Riyadh next week.
Lovely. Cheers, my friend.
Thank you, my man.